This video is Passive Income, Make More Money in 2019 by Phil Town. Here we go.
Rule number one, investing. Today, I want to tell you how to generate passive income.
His intros are so funny. So professional. I'm professional, sir. Look at you, yeah.
So you guys, let's talk for a second about passive income.
Okay.
It's one of those words that people use and kick around a lot, especially at 2 o'clock in the morning on some kind of infomercial. Let's talk about what that really is.
Yeah,
and
passive
why people
income.
like Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and Warren Buffett are sitting on billions of dollars, and they only have 24 hours a day to work like the rest of us. How in the world do they generate all of that capital? In fact, the most wealthy people in the world, most of the people who are in the Fortune 400 in the U.S., certainly the wealthiest people in the world, like Warren Buffett and Gates, they didn't make their money from the way we normally think about it. The way
we have notes from prior videos of things that need to be done. One of the things was investing your first 1K. Who is your investment family? You needed to write down like the smart people. We have been making a list of people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 now. I almost have a full list. Once I learn more about them, I can just choose who I'm gonna be. So I hope you guys are working on that, just like I'm working on that. Remember, it doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. And then, yeah. Okay.
think about it, if you're going to work down to be a waitress at a coffee shop, or if you're working down at McDonald's, or if you're working at Walmart, that's, putting in work and getting paid cash for the hours that you're putting in. Hopefully your work is contributing to the profits of this company enough that they want to keep paying you for it, and they don't replace you with a robot.
Or fire you.
Probably out there in the future for an awful lot of people. So we got to talk more about a different kind of income, the kind of income very, very wealthy people rely on to continue to build wealth through the generations. And this is what we call passive income. It's not income that you do something for. It's income that comes to you a little bit more like planting a seed in the ground. You do the work to plant the seed, and then it just starts to grow in an exponential kind of way. I guess my favorite way of thinking about passive income is what I experience as an investor. They call it compounding rates of return. Compound annual growth rate. Sometimes you'll see the word CAGR,
Never
which is
heard
a Wall
that.
Street favorite for compound annual growth rate. And the key word here is compound. That is a growth rate where the money that you've put into the ground, that seed you planted, is actually growing money on the money. It's growing money on the money, like a seed starts to develop more seeds, which then go in the ground, which develop into more trees, which develop more seeds. It's a compounding power that is a startling way of generating an enormous passive income. And that's where Gates and Buffett and all these guys and me get most of our income. It's from not doing something, it's from doing something originally, and then that grows and grows and grows. And frankly, the best way to do that in the world, the way that's created more wealth for more people than any other way, more even than real estate, is investing in wonderful businesses that continue to grow out of their own resources over time. I mean, consider, for example, investing in Apple Computer right now. You go out and earn the money, and you put this money into your investment portfolio, and then, so that's the work, right? And then you invest it wisely in a company, let's say like Apple. And I can use Apple right now because this is a company that Warren Buffett has just bought, I think ballpark 242 million shares of. So let's just say the greatest investor in the world knows something about what he's doing, and that he finds Apple to be a great company. And we just follow him into it, let's just say. Might do that.
Actually, I think in 2018, he's buying Apple. Okay, and here's like what they were saying in that book. If you're reading along with us and watching the other videos, the connection here with this, 2019, he bought Apple stock. I'm almost positive. I heard this year he sold half of his stock. But he still thinks it's a great business, but he's like foreseeing a drop. It's 2024. That was 2019. So here's like the proof from like the book that like they buy and they sell according to where the highs and lows are. And so this means that there's a high, and that if you have Apple, you should stay in it if you have the money to stay in it. Like, clearly he has much more amount of money in there than probably most people do. But at the same time, he's selling some because he's wanting to make money off of it. Clearly not all of it, because maybe he believes like the tipping point isn't quite over yet, but he's seeing like a start. So interesting connection.
Now what's going on is that Apple, the people who run Apple, are going to use our capital in effect, and they are going to grow it by creating a rate of return. We call this the return on equity. So the money that's sitting in the company, which is owned by all of us, the shareholders, that money is equity.
You and me and
Apple,
all of them,
using their genius with their huge moat of a huge ecosystem that I love. There's a Mac right here, right? Apple Watch and an iPhone, all of these things just work together, which is their moat.
Not my thing.
But Apple, with this giant moat, this durable competitive advantage, is growing my money for me, and I'm not actively involved. In fact, I'm very not involved at all. They don't even want me to be involved in growing my money. They're growing my money at over 20% a year, every single year. Over 20%, over 20%, over 20%. This is called return on equity or return on invested capital. And this is the magic of compounding rates of return, is that they grow it at 20%, but the money stays in there.
And so you're growing on the 20% and
at 20%.
Yeah, I think I get that.
The new pile, which is bigger, is growing at 20%, and the new pile is growing at 20%. And here's the amazing thing: at that 20% return on equity rate of growth.
But if you sell, you lose all of that, and you start over. And then you're starting wherever you're buying at again.
In just 3.5 years, that whole pile has doubled. And now they're growing 20% a year on double the pile, of which mine has doubled as well. So this is passive income, and it grows and grows and grows if it's involved or if it's invested in a wonderful business. That's kind of by definition what a wonderful business is all about. It's why we spend time learning how to pick a wonderful business, because wonderful businesses are by definition a business that is able to grow your money, compound your money completely passively for you at very high rates of return for very, very long periods of time. And they can do that because they are in a durable competitive advantage to all the other companies in their industry, and because they're run by people that have integrity.
Things like the moat and stuff that we're learning about now. That's what I think he's saying, the durable integrity. Like, that it's like, it covers the 5 M's, essentially, I think.
In talent, and can continue to build out on that big moat. So finding a wonderful business like Apple, not so hard. There's a lot of wonderful businesses in the stock market. Sure. The next thing we need to do is just buy it at a really great price.
Waiting for the price.
The reason we try to buy things at a really great price is to accelerate.
Which is why I think it's super important that you have a good savings account with a high percentage yield, because you should be putting your money in there and still receiving some money back while you're waiting to put it in, waiting for those prices to be right.
Passive income rates of return. So think about it. If this business is worth $200 and we can buy it at $100 because some event has happened, and then within a year it immediately springs back up to its real value, back to $200, we've just added a shot of serious adrenaline to our growth rate of our passive income. So this compound rate of return begins to explode for us, to go massively faster than even the growth rate that the company can provide. So for example, if I can buy Apple Computer for $100 and within a year it goes up to $200, as it has in the last year, and I can buy it so cheap and originally, right? And then Apple is growing this $200 at 20% a year, some high rate of growth, probably not going to be quite that high, but let's say at 20% a year. Imagine what would be going on if I bought it for $100, right? I mean, think about it. If it was able to do 20% a year on the $200 stock price, let's just say, then that would be $40, right? 20% at 200. But I bought it for 100, so I'm getting $40 on 100, which is 40%. So the combination of buying a really wonderful business when it is on sale provides us with a passive income explosion. Okay. And this is how we can see ourselves getting to maybe not Buffett's status of wealth, but certainly my level of wealth anyway, something you guys can all achieve in a relatively short amount of time by just finding wonderful businesses at attractive prices. This is the most perfect kind of passive income that you could ever have. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys. How do you generate a passive income?
Interesting. I like this guy so far. I like Phil Town so far. He might go on I might actually put him on my list, because I've been mostly following him, to be honest. And I'm gonna slash say Danielle Town. Danielle Town. I think it's just Danielle Town. That's his daughter. I read her book. I liked her book. Her book is what got me to Phil Town, so gotta give credit to where credit's due. You know what I mean? Okay. I just realized I started that. I don't know if I did my YouTube intro. I don't think I did. That's okay. We'll just pretend like it happened. Next video. Okay. Let's see here. We're looking at IRAs and Roth IRAs and learning about Roth IRAs and all that kind of stuff. And so, I think right now, a big thing that we need to do is decide what information we're wanting to get. I think mostly, I am looking to know, I want to make sure I understand what they are and how they work, how they function. And I also want to know what one I should be looking at getting, because I know that's for, I feel like I should be doing that soon. Let's see, is a Roth 401k better than a Roth IRA? I know this person. Let's watch this guy's video.
Do you like having a P.O. box but are tired of wasting time and money?
Maybe. Ads everywhere you go, you know. That's how it is these days. That's how money is.
Mike starts off this hour in Dallas, Texas. Hey, Mike, how are you?
Okay.
I am doing good, thanks.
This video is a Roth 401k better than a Roth IRA by Ramsey every day.
Checking my call.
Sure. What's up?
So my question is, my wife and I just finished baby step 3, and so in looking into my retirement account at work, I have a 401k, and I discovered that I can either do it as pre-tax or a Roth. And so I was wanting to find out, is there a difference between a Roth 401k versus the Roth IRA, and which is, the better? Should I do both or just one?
That's a good question. Is there a match with your Roth 401k?
Yes, my work matches 6%.
I don't have these.
Yeah, so what we teach here is always going to be match, Roth, then traditional. So I'm going with your matched Roth 401k before a Roth IRA.
But that's because of the match, not because of the Roth. They're both Roths, meaning they both will grow without taxes on the growth.
Right.
So a Roth IRA grows exactly like a Roth 401k. Obviously,
the
the
401k
has a handful of options, and the IRA has 8,000 mutual funds you can choose from. That would be your main difference. But if your 401k has good, strong mutual fund options, you certainly do the match first, what Anthony was saying. But then beyond that, if you want to say, do I continue there in the Roth 401k unmatched portion, or do I do a personal Roth, it won't matter if you picked exactly the same mutual funds, you'd have exactly the same results. So if you've got good funds in your 401k, which most do these days, then you're fine to just use your 401k to get to your 15% in baby step 4.
Okay.
Interesting.
That makes sense
I feel
to
like
you?
I kind of got the information I wanted from that, in the sense that, like, he confirmed for me that what Roth IRAs do and how they function and work, but, like, I didn't really get from it what I was shut the fuck up, what I was looking for, which because they say Roth 401k, but aren't there Roth IRAs? Yeah, I wasn't really looking for that specific. More particularly Roth IRAs and just plain Roth. I think he said Roth IRAs before traditional, so plain Roths must be called traditional. Interesting. Okay. Learning small things at a time. Traditional Roth IRAs. Traditional Roth and Roth IRAs. 5 minutes? Let's go for it. Why not? Oh, this is Traditional and Roth IRAs by Charles Schwab.
IRAs, also known as individual retirement accounts, can offer significant tax advantages. This video focuses on how to choose between two common types of IRAs, traditional and Roth. Each provides different tax benefits. In a taxable investment account, you have to pay taxes annually on most investment income and gains on investments you sell, which can slow the growth of the account. A benefit of both traditional and Roth IRAs is that your investment income and any gains if you actively trade or sell a security aren't taxed while they're in your account, which can help your investments compound.
While they're in the account. So if you pull the money out, try to use it that way, it would be different.
You essentially have a choice of receiving a tax deduction now or tax-free withdrawals later.
Okay, so you do it now. You get taxed now, because taxes will always be more in the future.
This means you may get a tax break in the years you contribute to the account, but you still have to pay taxes sometime.
Yeah.
In a traditional IRA, you pay taxes on money you withdraw. Essentially, choosing a traditional IRA means you pay taxes when you
so we don't want a traditional IRA.
But you may get a tax deduction now. Okay, so let's talk about Roth accounts. With a Roth IRA, contributions are not tax deductible, meaning you don't get a tax break when you make contributions. Once you contribute money to a Roth IRA, you won't have to pay taxes on your withdrawals as long as you've held that account for 5 years.
Okay.
So choosing a Roth account means getting a tax break later. So which one is better? It depends.
Roth IRA for me.
It's possible that one type of account might be better.
But they work the same.
The biggest factor is whether you think your tax rate during retirement will be higher or lower than your tax rate during the year you contribute.
Sorry about that.
If you think your taxes are higher now,
at least here in the US it will be.
When you retire,
oh, you won't have them at all. That is literally the only options, I believe.
By retirement, your mortgage might be paid off, or maybe your kids will be out of the house, so you'll need less income. With this lower income during retirement, your tax rate.
Why would I want a lowered income?
A traditional IRA would allow you to pay taxes when you take withdrawals and take advantage of the lower tax rate rather than paying a higher tax rate now. On the other hand, a Roth IRA may be the best choice if you think your tax rate could be higher when you take withdrawals, often during retirement. For example, if you're a young investor who's just starting a career, you may expect to pay higher taxes later in your career and into retirement. By choosing to pay taxes now at a lower tax rate, you may benefit by paying less.
So Roth IRAs are it, huh? I feel like that's the thing we are getting out of this, is that that's the way I'm going for. So I think the next thing that needs to be found out is what Roth IRA to get. Let's see, where do I need to put these notes? Let's find these notes real quick. This was a good one. This is good. I think we're making good progress here. Let's see. Research. So I'm researching Roth IRAs. And I think, yeah, we're deciding Roth IRAs are it. So I need to find what Roth IRA to get. Alright, I think that's the next thing to do. What is the best Roth IRA account to open? Let's see what pops up. Okay, we have Fidelity, we have Betterment, Charles Schwab, Merrill Edge. Oh, interesting. Okay. I feel like Merrill Edge would be, because I've had an account with them with my ex. So I think I'm going to write that's the one that I want to look into. I need more space. So I'm gonna just do this. Come down here, insert this way. We're gonna write Merrill Edge, Merrill Edge, and probably Fidelity is one I want to look into because I've read some good things about some of the people who've run through them, so they must have really good management. Charles Schwab's Corporation is one I know of, but I don't know if I want to look into them, but I only have 2. I feel like 3 is a good start. Never heard of Alley Investment. I've never heard of the Vineyard Group or Betterment or E-Trade either. But let's do Charles Schwab, I guess, since we've heard of them. Charles Schwab Corporation. Okay. Now that we have what ones we're going to get, let's look into Merrill Edge Roth IRA. See what they say and see what all the hullabaloo is about and how we can start it and what we need, because you never know what you're going to do unless you know what you need to do, you know? So just pop in here, see what we can, see what is necessary. Contribute using your after-tax dollars. Enjoy potential tax-free growth. Make withdrawals. That's great. What is my contribution limit for my Roth IRA? You must be eligible to contribute up to $7,000 per year, or $8,000 if you are 50 or older. But what if you're young? Wow, I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's buzzing like that. Okay. Account eligibility for a Roth IRA conversion. Interest in Roth IRA conversion. You may be able to convert your account to a Roth IRA. I think I have an account open, like a 401k somewhere or something like that, but I don't know if it's still open. I don't know how that works. Your retirement account is right for you. What a key difference between Roth IRA and traditional IRA. The Roth IRA, see what else your Merrill account has to offer. Explore savings with a traditional IRA. Roll over to a Merrill IRA. Decide how you want to invest. I want to see what the accounts. Save for invest in retirement with potential federal income tax deferral growth. I want that. I want that for myself. I do. I really do. I'll select my investments. I think I'd like to select my own investments, yeah. When do you plan to pay taxes? I will make withdrawals as I contribute. Benefit? Okay, I can just open it now. I can just do that right now. Oh, we're beginning application. Just like that. You just start doing that. I don't know if I want to. Like, I just, like, closed my accounts with them, too, because my ex still had our accounts open with my stuff on them. It was affecting my shit. Goodness. I just wanted to learn if there was anything particular I needed to be able to do, and I guess I could do that through doing this. Is your primary resident in the United States? So they're just gonna ask, like, for where I am at, social security, marital status, email address, stuff like that. Okay, but what if I don't want Merrill? What if I want to do Fidelity or Charles Schwab? Like, what, you know, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I haven't really, versus, I'm going to say Fidelity and Charles Schwab. Yeah. Tell me about it. Charles Schwab versus Merrill Edge. Okay. After testing 18 of the best online brokers, our analyst found that Charles Schwab 96.6% better than Merrill Edge's 94.0%. Is better than what? 96? Oh, 96 by 94. With the addition of TD, Ameritrade, ThinkSwan platforms, and the enhancement of several features, Schwab is now a various competitor with thought-provoking research and commentary in a client. Is this like, who's this done? August 6, 2024. Stockbrokers.com is committed to the highest ethical standards and reviews searches independently. Where did they get this information from? I don't know. Margins. Margin rate under. Varies. Varies from what, though? You can't tell me. Call for rates. Okay, I see what's happening here. Trading fees, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. Stock trades fees, okay. Penny stock fees. Merrill doesn't have any. Okay, that's nice to know. Mutual fund trade fees. Okay, varies for Merrill. Charles Schwab's, it varies as well, though. Okay. Options per contract, they're 65%. Futures per contract not offered. Futures per contract, what does that mean? They don't offer them for Merrill. $225 for Charles Schwab's. Broker assistant trading fee, I'm not going to be using that, but Maryland is more than Charles Schwab's. Almost $5. Short, literally 5 cents. Margin rates under 25 Varies for Merrill's a solid 13. For Charles Schwab's margin rates 25K to 49K. Varies, but 13 for Schwab. Varies for Maryland. Why do they vary? I don't know if I like this varianting. That makes me unsettled about the margin rates per how much I'm making. Account fees, 0 for the annual fees for IRA. Closure fees, Maryland is $50. Charles Schwab is nothing. Charles Schwab's is looking a little more interesting. No amount for account transfers for either, but account transfers out full. And partials is not, doesn't have any fees, but for full, Charles Schwab's is $50. I don't know if that's necessary if I use that. Stock trading, all of them yes, for all these different types of trading. Complex option max leg feature trading for, whoa. Futures trading, Merrill does not do forex trading, Merrill does not do crypto trading, Merrill does not do. Charles Schwab is looking a little bit better, guys. No load. Mutual funds. Charles Schwab has more mutual funds. Bonds. They all have different types of bonds, and like Roth IRAs and stuff like that. Order type market. Beginners. Education stocks. Ooh, that's interesting. Educational bonds. That's what is it? Paper trading. They do not have education on. That's the one thing they don't do education on. Both of them. Stock trading apps. iPhone, Android, Apple. Merrill does not have Apple. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know why. I think it's getting worse. Order track it SRT quotes. I think my phone is dying. Let me go find my phone real quick. Let's see. Oh, it's at 58%. We go, fan. Charles Schwab is looking handy dandy right now. Maybe I'll open up a Roth IRA with them. Kind of liking it. I'm kind of liking it. Let's see here. Are you guys messaging? Is that why it's doing it? Oh, movie calendar. I'm sorry, you're stressed out. You know. Hello. What's wrong? Oh, you're just laughing. You're fine after trading platforms. I don't know. Web trading platforms, yes. Paper trading, no. Okay, so they just don't do paper trading anymore, I don't think. Like, in anything. Because everything that comes up for paper trading, like, they're always like, no. Charting customer studies. Charles Schwab does, Merrill does not. That's something that's different. Streaming TV, Charles Schwab does, Merrill does not. Direct marketing, routing stocks, Charles Schwab does, Merrill does not. Merrill does not ladder trading or trade hotkeys, but Charles Schwab does. Trading ideas, backsting, a full customizable advanced backstaging tool provided by the broker directly. Third-party producers do not count. Oh, weird. Charles Schwab does it, but Maryland does not. Short locator. I don't know what that is either. A short locator. Tools that allow customers to view the current real-time availability of shares available to sort by security. Interesting. Maryland does not, but Charles Schwab does. Order liquidity rates. Offers an option commission structures for professionals, which grants the trader full control of the order routing to market centers, thus enabling taking liquidity rebates. Interesting. But Maryland does not that. Charles does, which makes me feel like maybe they're meant for like more like freeness which makes me feel like Charles Schwab's should be the right one. Stock Research Socials, which is view social statements, analysts, Twitter analysts, not just a stream of recent tweets for individuals. Okay, so Charles Schwab does that, but Merrill does not, which I think is very necessary to be a part of those kind of things. It's not going nowhere, you know, and it does affect like how stuff works and is structured. Option probability analysis, a tool to analyze a hypothetical option position. Display. Oh, so it's like guessing, like if you were going to do something, and Charles Schwab does that, Maryland does not. So I feel like, yeah, Charles Schwab's the one we should be looking into. I feel like at this point, let's go check Charles Schwab Corporation IRA. Let's see what it is that you got to do to have a Roth IRA. Oh, what? I'm gonna make us all rich, bitch. With a Roth IRA account, you won't pay taxes as your money potentially grows, and you can make tax-free withdrawals during retirement. Okay, no contribution, age restriction, earning, grow, tax-free, quality-free withdrawals. Am I eligible for a Roth IRA? You're eligible to open a Roth IRA, and how much you can contribute is determined on your modified adjusted gross income. If you are single or joint filer, your maximum contribution starts to reduce at $138,000 and $218,000 for tax years 2023, and $146,000 and $230,000 for tax years 2024, respectively. Let's see. Okay. Retirement tools and resources, calculator, insight and education. Stay informed of the latest marketing commentary, insight, and investment ideas from Schwab's experts. Fees and commissions regarding of your account balance or how often you trade. You can open an account at $0 minimum deposit plus get $0 online listed accredited trade commission. Okay, so it doesn't cost anything to open it up, and it doesn't seem like you need to. The online account application process only takes about 10 minutes. Key step includes choosing the type of IRA account, providing your personal employment and financial information. Select special account features, create login credentials, verify your identity. Oh wow, okay. Well, if that is it, well, I'm probably gonna do that. I like it. Me gusta. Okay. I'm not gonna do that on stream because that seems like a mistake just waiting to happen. Just me saying some really important information necessary out loud. But yeah, I'll link all of those 3 videos that we watched and where to get this Roth IRA account online underneath in the videos down below. Let's see here. I think that would be it. So I'm gonna end this. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Count down below what kind of Roth IRAs and other types of IRAs or accounts do you like to have, and why? And what companies do you work with to have them, and why? And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye!